Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Good evening, everybody. We are live here at Camp Briteside for tonight's Eagle Nation Coaches Show, and just had to hit the Kelly Duvall Memorial mute buttons. We are live and on air, and talking Eagle baseball here tonight. Tough loss on Tuesday. I don't know the way to describe it. The story I learned about Weiss and the kid that made the base hit. At the end, very neat story. Talked to his dad. His grandfather died on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
And so it was a powerful moment for the family. He was talking to the dad. And so Ramey Benjamin, played a great baseball game, but what a big hit in a moment right there and what's going on in his life. And so kind of a neat story. On the flip side, you don't want them to have the neat stories like that, but it happened in a tough game there.
Right.
But Georgetown, just got to right the ship, come back and play Weiss again tomorrow night. Coach, talk about that back-and-forth game. It really, both teams battling it out, and just some key things there in that seventh inning, and it comes up lopsided end for Georgetown.
Yeah, I think it starts with we were able to get a really quality start from Hagen Tate. He did a really good job attacking the strike zone early, being able to locate his breaking ball, and to allow our defense to be able to play. You started off in the top of the first inning with a couple bleeder knocks and then a big bop to be able to driving a few to be able to start it off with a crooked number in the first inning, always a place there you want to be able to start. And then, as the game progressed, we were able to tack on a couple in the fourth, and then again, I believe in the fifth, allowed them back in it with a couple of their own. And then, ultimately in the seventh, we allowed the door to be opened, and they shut it right on us. So. It's one of those things where we allowed too many opportunities to be able to take place, and hats off to them for being able to seize those opportunities and take them the way that they did.
In a scenario like this now, to turn around from a Tuesday night, come from behind loss like that, to then turn around and be ready for Friday night, where does the burden come on this senior class to maybe reorg and re-pressure on and refocus this team, and then on the coaching staff to keep these kids focused, to not let one loss become two losses, become three losses?
Yeah, our seniors have done a phenomenal job this week of maintaining the standard. And there's been a reinvigoration of what the standard is and how the standard's going to be met on a regular basis, to a point where today we ended up not having any music at practice, and it was one of the most vocal practices we've had all year. Guys pulling for each other, talking to each other, uplifting each other the entire time, where you start to reach this time of year and sometimes practices can become a little mundane, a little humdrum. These guys are popping around, moving around a little bit. On a coaching staff side, we just continue to reiterate that we haven't achieved what we want to achieve yet. And if we want to achieve what we say that we're reaching for, what we're striding for, then the level of effort, the level of intensity, the level of attention to detail, all of those things have to ramp up. Not because of anything other than the rise to the occasion isn't a thing. You sink to your level of preparation ultimately. And so if we want to achieve the ultimate goal, being able to make a run to the playoffs and dogpile at Dell Diamond, then ultimately what we got to do is we got to raise our level of preparation so that when those moments come, to be able to seize those opportunities, we're able to accomplish that.
This knots things up at the top of the district standings, and some of us were having discussions earlier. If two teams end up even at the end of district with the same amount of losses and those two teams have split, what do tiebreakers look like in that for the playoffs, and how does that affect either team?
So now where we're at with the Division I, Division II thing, it can mean that it means nothing. So in the situation we're talking about right now with the other school in town, if we're still tied at the end, they would go Division I. We would probably go Division II, depending on who gets in the playoffs. We are the third most populated district, or the third most populated school. So if Hendrickson gets in, Eastview gets in, we get in, then that would bump us to Division II, and so the tie with Eastview would become irrelevant. We would become the 1 seed in Division II. They'd be the 1 seed Division I. If for some reason Hendrickson were to not be able to get in, then we would have to either A, play it out, or B, we would flip a coin, figure it out. Hopefully Coach Pullen will allow us to play it out.
But it's an interesting deal now that a lot of people don't realize that split to D1 and D2, having Division I and Division II based on the population of the schools that do make the playoffs. And so that can play late till the last week and into the last games to see who gets into the playoffs and who doesn't to affect which direction you go. So it's even hard then for you guys to even kind of shoot for looking at what the playoffs look like and where you would head
right.
and what the path would be. So that could come as late as the last game against Pflugerville. How does that change the aspect of preparation, or is it just, hey, we keep playing against the game of baseball, and when the opponent is named, we go play him?
Yeah, I mean, we continue to keep doing what we do. We're going to continue to have the mindset of we're competing against the game, we're not competing against an opponent. The opponent plays a factor into how we play the game, but it is not who we are playing against. So obviously that's always going to be the forefront of what we're trying to talk about. Ultimately, though, we're still in control of our destiny. If we take care of what we're supposed to take care of Friday, we roll around in 2 weeks and we take care of Pflugerville like we're supposed to, we're still sitting front row where we want to be. And so I think that whenever we can keep the focus on ourselves and what we're in control of, I think that's where you ultimately continue to have the growth.
To have the district bye week so late in the season for Georgetown, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? We have it 1 week before our final playoffs, our district season or district series. How does that affect you, or how do you guys look at that in preparation of and getting ready for, knowing that the Pflugerville series then becomes the last one for the season?
I think it's perfect for us. It sets up in a situation where as we're heading into the playoffs, we get to go play 3 really solid teams who are all going to be playing in the playoffs, and they're all playing for something, 2 of which are also in the middle of their bye week, and so it's not like they're going to roll out some schlep. They're going to continue to roll out dudes because they have to keep them in routine. We're going to roll out our dudes because we have to stay in routine and stay in the 2-3 games a week. And so the opportunity to get to go on the road to Drip on Tuesday, come back on Thursday, play Cedar Ridge at our place, and then get to travel over and play at Lake Travis in an awkward timed game where we're waiting on the JV to finish and then be able to play the varsity game. It's excellent practice for what the playoff situation could look like where you're tired, you got a weird schedule, you got a long drive, you got to get – and so it just throws multiple pieces of adversity at you, and ultimately, it's something that we talked about before, Wally, of our ability to handle adversity is ultimately going to determine the success of our team.
Talking about adversity tomorrow night, it's a chance to redeem on a loss on Tuesday on the road. We talk about that over and over about how difficult it is to win district games, how difficult it is to win them on the road, and to make sure that ship gets righted tomorrow night, and then turn around on a Saturday now that's been shifted around, and talk about that and what Saturday now looks like if all teams will be playing at the high school.
So schedule change warning for those of you who are triggered by this. Saturday's schedule has officially been blown up. Saturday, the freshmen will play at 10:15. The varsity will continue to play at 1 o'clock with our Veterans Day being that day. And so that schedule is continuing to being worked on and modified and work with the House on that. So thank you to the House for your constant work on that. And then followed up by the JV following that. We ran into a weird deal with umpires this week of family emergencies, injuries, more Saturday games scheduled than normal. And so the umpires reached a point where they couldn't be able to cover all of the games, especially at 2 separate sites. So they very kindly asked us to be able to consolidate all 3 games at one place. And after talking with Coach Carter over at Round Rock, we decided that the best opportunity for our guys to continue to play, being that we had veterans, Appreciation Day was to bring those guys over to the ballpark and have all 3 at our place. So
you have nothing to do on Saturday. Your schedule just changed. You can come watch the freshmen at 10:15, after the Challenger game at 9 o'clock, then the varsity at 1, the JV to follow, and then go shower and get out to Berry Creek for casino night and a 16-mile Angel night there at Berry Creek. And so if you were looking for something to do on Saturday, you just got your schedule updated with a lot of time. So some help at the concession stand would be great on Saturday. You're going to have to be out there getting some sausage wraps cooked up early for that 10:15 start, 9 o'clock. If you want to do pancakes on the griddle top, that'd be cool if we could get you out there. Mr. Holly maybe doing some breakfast. I don't know, just volunteer him. But someone out there. But an opportunity to come out and support all three teams at the same location on the same day. Not something we get to see quite a bit in the season, as typically it's in opposite fields. And so Georgetown will play tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Weiss will come join us in the stands. It's Faculty Appreciation Night.
Friday.
Friday night for against Weiss. And what does that look like and will happen for the teachers that are going to be recognized?
Yeah, so tomorrow's a pretty special day. We'll have all of our guys take jerseys to their teachers in the morning so that they can wear those jerseys throughout the course of their day. So they'll be represented throughout the school that day. They'll come out to the ballpark about 6:30, introduce them with their player, have an opportunity to take a picture and be able to recognize our faculty and staff. We have some of the best teachers in Central Texas with the teachers that show up, and they take care of our guys. You know, we have very high academic standards for what we expect our guys to be able to do with having 85 or more in all their classes, and to be able to go to tutorials if they haven't met that standard. And so with that standard comes also asking those teachers to be able to do a little bit more, and so an opportunity for us to be able to recognize them and everything that they do in such a simple way means the world to them.
So get there early tomorrow. It will be a fun time to honor those teachers as they will be introduced with their players for the varsity game. 6:30, that will start, and so the pregame will be moved up a little bit early, so we'll go live there so we can bring you all of that online as well. So come join us there at the stadium, and a big game for Georgetown. One of those, you don't want to call it a must-win, but one of those you want to win and right that ship and get the split with Weiss, but yet stay atop the district standings as we look forward to that last week of district play in 2 weeks. We'll take a quick break. I'll run to my car. I've got to get my questions for Merritt McLean. He's our freshman player of the week, and we will come back here live on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show and visit with him live here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Back here live, Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Forgot him in my car. Had to go get him my cue cards. It's number 3, your freshman player of the week. His name is Merritt McLean. Give a round of applause for our freshman player of the week. Merritt comes in and, man, I was having fun looking at this. I learned to hit the save button this week on my stats. 57 plate appearances, 44 at-bats, a 341 average, 15 hits, 11 RBIs, 15 runs scored. 2 for 3 against Legacy Ranch the other day. 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and a walk. I guess that's a pretty productive day and a big game there against Legacy Ranch. In your freshman year, how much fun are you having?
I'm having a blast. It's fun with all my teammates and Coach Key. It's fun.
You guys seem to be getting better as the season goes. It's like you guys are starting to learn each other, starting to learn the program, and the buy-in is there. In the dugout, when the coaches are away, who's taking charge of this? Who's the ones, keeping everyone focused and keeping you guys working in that right direction?
I would just say it's most of all of us, but we're just all good teammates to each other, and we cheer on them and do good.
As you come in now, this freshman year, how much fun is it, and how much excitement was there when your name gets called? You made the team, now to put on that jersey and represent Georgetown.
I was really excited when I made the team, and yeah.
We mostly see you at shortstop, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That the favorite position?
Yep, that is.
Scooping them up, throwing them across. It seems like there's a run of middle infielders here coming up in these grades. What kind of challenges does that present to you to know you've got guys above you in the next classes that you're going to fight with and compete against and challenge yourself to get better? How much does that push you, and how much does that make you nervous?
Well, I'm not really nervous about it, but it definitely pushes me to just be a better player and work hard.
How much fun are you having compared to now being in high school and the challenges of the work, the school work, the practice time, and all the commitment with this? Was it what you expected, or is it more?
I expected it a little bit more, but yeah, I expected it coming into it, and I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
How long have you been at Georgetown?
About 1 year.
You're new to Georgetown.
Yeah.
Where'd you move from?
At Georgetown. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant school.
No, that's fine.
Oh no, I've been here for 10 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
So he's grown up in the program. As you came into your freshman year, when it started talking about the workouts, and was it baseball? Is it any other sports that you play, or is it just baseball?
Mostly baseball. Yeah, a little bit of football, but not much no more. So just baseball.
The focus to baseball. You guys seem to, with Coach Key taking over the freshman team this year and Anzuris moving up with the JV. Do you guys challenge each other in practice? You have so much talent on that team. What is practice like? Is it a competition? You want to earn that time on the field, but is it also supporting each other?
Yeah, we definitely compete with each other. We like to do that, and it's a challenge every day. Yeah.
If we don't find you working out, playing baseball, where do we find you recharging the batteries if you just want to take some time to yourself to recharge?
Probably PS5.
See, I didn't even have to ask the Xbox or PS question. PS5, that's a good one too. What's your favorite game?
MLB The Show 25.
I got to download that. I'm still playing. What am I playing? Oh, college football. Yeah, still loving that one. In your freshman year, what class has been your favorite so far?
Favorite class, Spanish 2 with Miss Lerman.
Wow. Multi-talented. So do you feel pretty competent in speaking Spanish now?
No.
No. I took 3 years. I don't either, so I can't blame you on that one. Rapid-fire questions.
Okay.
5 questions. Second or two to think about them. Come out quick as you can. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Good answer. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
I am right now.
Look at this. I didn't even look down. Favorite junk food?
What is that?
Anything. Your
Oh,
favorite
just food?
Yeah.
Nachos.
Especially when they're warm. Hey, a note to our I got to break it here. A note to our concession stand. Thank you for having warm cheese for your nachos. The last 2 away games have been the worst cold nachos. Thank you. I just all I can say. Nickname that you've been called before by your family or friends?
Melon.
Melon.
Yeah.
Wow. And what sound does a snake make? I love it. It's Merritt McLean. Number 3 on the freshman year player of the week. Thank you for joining. Oh, can't take it off yet. I forgot. I got a bit. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Teammates and all the coaches.
There he is, Merritt McLean. We'll take a quick break here at the Camp Briteside at the Eagle Nation Coaching Show. When we come back, we go to Gavin Smith. I had him out of order. Sorry. Gavin Smith from the JV will join us next here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
We're back live here at Camp Briteside, Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We go to the JV Player of the Week. He wears number 21, and his name is Gavin Smith. Gavin, thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you. We got a little applause here. Varsity, help him out a little bit. Maybe? No? Anybody? No? There you go. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it. Gavin, the other night, Monday night, I thought you hit a home run. It's kind of a beautiful shot. I think the home plate umpire was hoping it wasn't as close because he kept looking down that line. How much fun are you having? Seems like you getting up there, stroking the ball. Some of the numbers here are just ridiculous. Yeah, how much fun are you having in your sophomore year?
I'm having a lot of fun, yeah.
You guys seem to be bashing the ball quite a bit. 17-1, I believe it is. Is that right? 18-2.
Yeah, 18-2.
I had so many records to keep up with. I'm sorry. You guys, in a tough game the other night, experienced some adversity. You guys were up big in the early part of the game. Weiss fought back a little bit, and you guys continue to pour on some runs. How much fun are you guys having in this season of your sophomore season in challenging each other? There's so much talent on this team. How are y'all's practices? Super challenging, competitive to try to get on the field?
Most of our practices are really competitive. Like, sometimes we'll be up, sometimes we'll be down, but most of the time it's up.
How much fun is it in the experience this year? You guys had Coach Anzuris last year. He moves up with you guys. How much does that help with this team? You're familiar with the way he coaches and what his expectations are. How is that working this year with that process?
Yeah, it's great. When you have a coach that's you've played with before, the bond is just way better than it is if it's a new coach.
.435 batting average on the season. This is according to Max Preps. Game changer. 20 hits, 12 RBIs, 18 runs scored, 12 stolen bases, 8 walks against Weiss on Monday night at home. Just a measly 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored, 2 doubles. I mean, you just keep putting those stats out there. You're coming back from an injury a year ago with the arm. How is that going? How's that healing process going? And what's that look like for the future for you when you do get back to being able to, throw and challenge yourself even further?
Right now, I'm about, I'd say 90-95% on my throwing. My hitting works pretty well. Everything's good.
I would say so with that .435 average, 3 for 3 the other night. Outside of baseball, where do we find you? On the football field?
Yes, sir.
Is that what I had heard? I got this. I'm going to have to go to it. I got some parents sending me information during the week. Man, I found out a lot about you. Got to talk to your parents before the show even. And one of your cousins is one of my favorites that ever played Georgetown baseball. But let's see here where it went. Mom and Dad both went to Georgetown. Mm-hmm. That learned something new. 2 surgeries last year. Is that correct?
3.
Oh, my goodness. See, my resources are not very – that's Jory Erickson, in case you're wondering, giving those stats out for those that know him. Football, baseball, if you had to pick one, what's the favorite sport?
Baseball, for sure.
What do you like about football?
I get to hit people.
What position do you play on defense?
I'm a middle linebacker.
Is that are you going to continue to play football?
Yep.
How has that affected this past year with the surgeries?
Right now it's pretty good. I've been making contact at practices, and it's not hurting at all.
Spring ball, you guys ready for that? Do you all mix practice in that with spring ball and baseball, or is it one focus?
Mondays and Fridays I go to baseball, and then Tuesday through Thursday I go to football.
Now spring practice coming, the helmets will come on. How much do you guys look forward to spring practice?
A lot, yeah.
Get to start hitting people again?
Yeah.
Bring back the newness. Outside of baseball and outside of football, where do we find you? What do you do to recharge?
I just chill, hang out with friends, play some poker.
Finally, someone talked about it. I knew there was a poker night that gets played quite a bit with this group.
Hey, but it's fake money, so it's all right.
Exactly, yeah. We wouldn't do anything illegal. We're going to have a parents' night doing that one night. Sounds like a good idea. Kick the kids out and all the dads, and let's have a parents' night of poker. In the sophomore year from your freshman year, how much fun is it to continue on and to work hard? Being in 2 sports is challenging, and you have to focus with the demands in the classroom and everything. How much fun has your sophomore year been more than your freshman? Or
A lot more, because my freshman year, I also got hurt during football. I pulled my hamstring, so I played like 4 or 5 games. And then baseball, I got hurt at the beginning of the season. And then I got an arm injury during summer. So
now to come back healthy is a key time. How much fun are you looking for? How much are you looking forward to your junior year to be kind of fully healthy and get back on both fields and with no restrictions?
yeah, I'm ready.
During the summertime, do you play baseball, or is it you keep it working with football? What does the summer look like for you?
Summer, I'll go to maybe some college camps, and then for football and baseball, and then my summer team for baseball.
Who do you play with on summer?
GPS.
GPS. 5 rapid-fire questions. Couple seconds to think about them. You can't cheat. Don't look at my card. Favorite number and why?
21, because I've had it my whole life.
Any famous player that had it before you, or just you picked 21?
No, I just picked 21.
Favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is Christmas. I get presents.
Mountains or the beach?
Mountains, because there's always a lake next to it.
If the tape, fair enough. If the toilet paper roll is really low, but not completely out, do you change it or leave it?
No, I leave it.
Good answer. Favorite home cooked meal?
Steak.
Any? Man, that's a second kid. Steak and lobster when my dad makes it. It's a great. How did you get blood on your shirt tonight?
Oh, he noticed.
Someone pointed it out for me.
My nose started bleeding during the STAR test a little bit. So.
Favorite subject you're studying right now? Favorite class you taking?
Favorite subject is probably science.
Who's the teacher?
Dr. Estrada. Shout him out.
It's Gavin Smith, number 21 on your JV, your player of the week. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Shout out my cousin Logan Smith and my science teacher Dr. Estrada.
Logan Smith. There he is. It's Gavin Smith, your JV player of the week. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It'll be another sophomore. It's going to be Connor Young joining us live here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us. Back here live at Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We go to number 23/number 26 on your varsity team, depending on the jersey he wears. It's the only one that's 26.
Just one.
The blue. We wore
the blue.
It is a good-looking jersey, though. But he's a sophomore. He's your catcher, Connor Young, and he joins us now live here. Y'all got to help him out. Come on now. There we go. Come on. Connor Young, 86 plate appearances. 68 at bats, 324 average, 22 hits, 18 RBIs. Only 8 runs scored because a majority of the time someone courtesy runs for him. He's got 18 singles, a double, 3 triples, and 3 stolen bases. Catching, this was the cool one. I finally was able to go back in the Game Changer and find it, thanks to Mr. Grooms for giving me access. 85 and a third innings behind the plate, only 3 pass balls, 6 stolen bases allowed, 3 caught stealings, and 2 pickoffs. And for those that watch it, know it, don't pay attention to it, it's a rare deal. It doesn't happen a lot. Sorry. And it's the catcher picking off the runner at first base behind the throw and behind him. In the years I broadcast baseball, I've never seen a high school kid do it twice. in a season. He's already done it twice and been very close a couple other times. That's what I just asked him. When are we going to get the no look like Yadier Molina? I mean, he's getting close to it. I mean, you've already got 2. Might as well try it. But just fun to watch behind the plate. You work in and out behind that plate. The challenge. You guys, you've got pitchers on the mound that come at different speeds, that come at different arm angles, lefty, righty, different heights. What's it like working back there? You go from a righty like Curtin to a lefty like Fluid and a righty like Hagen Tate, and then you all these arms and all these different pitches. What's a challenge to you behind the plate there to keep everything, try to keep in front of you and keep those runners at bay?
I mean, I have complete confidence in all my pitchers. Me and Braden, we catch all the time, bullpens, and get used to all the arms. I mean, we do it every day. So really just focusing on blocking, framing, receiving, everything. I mean, I also have trust in all of them. I know that they'll throw a fastball where they need to throw it, spike a curveball when they need to throw it, and they'll execute it for the best of their ability.
Being a sophomore and being thrust into a big starting role on this team as a sophomore behind the plate, how much confidence does it feel like your pitchers have in you to be in control of the game back there, relaying the calls coming in from Coach Payne in the dugout, but yet being in charge, knowing and trusting you behind the plate to keep them looking good too?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I really try and back up my pitcher because that's the goal. I mean, you got to make your pitcher look good. Got to get all their strikes you can call. Got to get all the outs you can get. I mean, just as long as I can make that pitcher look good.
What's the jump like from last year as a freshman on the freshman team to your sophomore year, being thrust in and making the varsity team and being a role player, an everyday player for this team? What's that difference in there, and how much fun are you having in that?
Definitely a big jump, but I think all the juniors and seniors have faith in me and Cooper to go out there and make plays and go out and execute what we need to do. And, yeah. It's
not something you see a lot here at Georgetown. We talk about it every year. David Fluid, this year, one of the seniors, was on this varsity team as a sophomore. Before him, Riley Leininger, who just graduated last year, was a sophomore that was on this team in 22 when they won the title, and now at Oklahoma. It's a rare deal. It's not a lot of sophomores make the varsity at Georgetown. Was it a pressure once that was called out and you're on varsity? Was it a pressure applied to you, or was it a challenge you were eager to face?
Challenge I was definitely eager to face. I mean, I try and go out there and work all the time. I mean, hit when I can, really get in the gym, try and do a lot of stuff I can do to better that. But, yeah.
In the off season, who are you playing for in the summer?
Test
baseball. How much do you look forward to a change of pace when you're not behind the plate, maybe at second base? We haven't seen it during district play because we haven't gone to the bullpen a lot, but on the mound, how fun is that to get out from behind the plate sometimes and into a different position, or is it the enjoyment of living behind the plate and being involved in all the plays?
I mean, I like playing everywhere. I mean, middle infield, third even. I mean, I like to play it all, but catcher, I mean, involved in every play. I mean, you're never can get tired, sleepy, anything. I mean, you're involved in every play.
How do you stay up for that? How do you stay that involved, knowing in a 7-inning game, a game that may go longer? How do you do, and what works for you to keep yourself focused and ready to go?
Well, I usually have a goal. I mean, just try and get no runners on, but then when they do, throw them out.
Ever get an upset or in the ear of your pitchers and the balls keep skipping in, hopping in? Or do y'all have a good relationship through that?
Oh, no, I think we have a good relationship. I mean, if they do, they'll put it right back up. I mean, I have confidence in David, BK, Hagen. I mean, they're going to go out there and they're going to give their best stuff.
As you're going through this season, and I guess the first time when you got to put on the varsity jersey as a sophomore, what was the pride in that, and then the challenge in that this year to push yourself?
I mean, it was exciting. I mean, everybody wants to make the varsity team. I think. I had a lot of fun in the fall. Played in the fall games, and I was definitely nervous at first, trying to fit in, trying to get everything. But I think now for sure, everybody has my back and trusts me. So, what's
the challenge for you and Cooper, the two sophomores on varsity, to absorb the experience and the leadership from these seniors, this senior class, to know over the next 2 years you're going to be amongst the leaders of this and be someone that's been on this varsity for multiple years and not just 1 or 2 years? How much are y'all absorbing that and taking that in and letting that be an important part of the game and season for y'all?
No doubt. I think that we really got to pay attention and do what like some of our senior leaders have been doing and just kind of relay that back off into our sophomore class and the freshmen even. And just continue that going forward. I'll always have a good urgency at practice and know what to do.
What was this week like for you guys after the tough Tuesday night ending? What's it been like in practice this week? A reorg, a readjustment, a refocus? What went on?
I mean, we've been putting in good effort. We've been really talkative, and, I mean, that game is just going to push us only harder to go out there and beat them this Friday. I think it's good. It really sets that, like, if we lose in the playoffs, lose a game, like, we got to bounce back. We got to go beat them again because we have more than one life.
Outside of baseball, what do you do to recharge? Where do we find you recharging the batteries?
Definitely always hanging out with the guys. Anything, really. Poker, anything.
Indoors, outdoors?
Outdoors.
What's the favorite activity outdoors?
Hitting. Just like to hit.
Get out and
Hit on the
continue
field.
to work. All right, 5 rapid-fire questions. Couple of seconds to think about them. Favorite movie?
Mighty Ducks.
It's a different movie. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
Mountains or the beach?
Beach.
Favorite musician?
Trudy Oak.
Wow, I like that. Mighty Ducks. Never heard that one coming. Something Mike would say. It's from his era. It's number 23 / number 26. Connor Young, your sophomore on the varsity players this week. You're getting pressured here. Shout-outs before I get you out of here.
Shout out my parents and shout out all my seniors. My boy Hayden Grooms, Richie, Holly, Chance.
There it is. It's Connor Young. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's your senior, David Fluitt, joining us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us. We waste no time. We're back quickly with senior number 12. It's David Fluitt, one of the varsity baseball pitcher, first base. Anywhere you're going to find him. One of the leaders. He's been on this varsity team for 3 years. And one of my favorites. I've really enjoyed. He hates to be up here, and I love talking to him because he's so down to earth. I grew up going to school with his dad in Dripping Springs, and so it's fun to talk. And he helped me. Favorite cereal was the first question that we talked about, so I kept it on there for the varsity. But, man, the senior year, it seems like it's gone so fast since you were on varsity your sophomore year and then last year, and now one of these leaders, you get ready, one of those arms that we know is going to go to the mound, and if it's not on the mound, it's over at first base playing defense. How much fun are you having in the senior year?
I'm having a great time. It's been real awesome this year, being able to stay on the field, been healthy all year, so it's been great.
That was a challenge last year. You went through a time there where you were out. It came back up during the summer. How much, I guess, does that ease your mind now that you've had a good run through here your senior year and stayed healthy and been able to participate at a full go?
Yeah, it's been great. We'll stay healthy. I'm real excited for the rest of the year.
Playing over at first base, if you're not on the mound, how much fun and how much of a challenge is it here in your senior year to be one of the leaders that's been around on this program for 3 years on the varsity, to be on the field a lot all the time that we find you out there, but yet to make sure that the legend of the G and the history of this program and that leadership is passed down? How much of a challenge is that for you this year?
I mean, been on the team for 3 years now. It's helped me out a lot. Being a better leader, make it a lot easier to help me lead the younger guys because I've been in their shoes before.
As this senior season progresses, graduation not too far away. What's some of the highlights or one of those memories that's going to be the biggest for you as you graduate?
Definitely just spending every single day out there with the boys. It's been awesome.
What's the future like? What's the plans for David Fluitt?
Well, I plan on playing college next year. I haven't decided where I'm going to go yet, but I've narrowed it down to a few schools.
Okay.
Hoping to make a decision here pretty soon.
That's what we've been watching for. We keep following the Twitter, hoping we get a pop-up for where he's going to, because I get to mention that Grooms has committed and Holly's committed, and you talk about these kids committing and going and extending their education and their athletic career. How exciting is that? Is it a stressful time right now trying to figure that out? Is it one of those you're kind of at peace with, and it's just when the time's right, the time's right?
I mean, it's a little bit stressful, but right now I'm just trying to focus on this season, and that's my main focus right now. I'm not too worried about where I'm going to go just yet,
but we know it's somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun to follow up. Some numbers for David as you find him on the mound at least once a week on the starting role, but then you find him at the plate hitting for one of those situations where you get a pitcher and a first baseman that can hit at all times. And at the plate, 73 plate appearances, 64 at-bats, 375 average, 24 hits, 19 RBIs, 10 runs scored. And then on the mound, 24 innings pitched, 5 games started, 11 walks, 29 strikeouts, 6 runs allowed in those 24 innings, only 2 earned runs, and only allowing the opponents to bat 159 against on the mound. What's your favorite? Is it on the mound and being in control and controlling the game as you go, or is it at first base and being involved on the defensive side off the mound?
honestly, I just love hitting. I love it. Pitching kind of just comes natural to me, and hitting, I have to work a little bit harder for it, and it's really a blast being able to be out there and hit every day.
To be batting at 375, knowing you're going to be on the mound and hitting or at first base, what goes through the mind? Like the last week on a Friday, you pitch, and at a certain point, coach comes to get you, go back, switch gloves, you go to first base. What's the mindset change for you there? And does the focus change, or is it now you can just take another breath and reset and lock in to continue?
It stays the same. Still just trying to do everything that I can to help out the team. That's really all I'm focused on.
Sophomore, junior, senior year, what year's been the funnest, and what are you going to remember about your senior year that's different from sophomore, junior?
I'll definitely remember the guys more the senior year. Been with them 4 years now. It's been real special.
Having a fun time this year?
Yeah, it's been great.
Doing a great job anchoring this offense and defense on the mound, at the plate. 375 average is nothing to scoff at, and you know he's going to be in that lineup each and every game. Outside of baseball, I know where I would find you recharging, but if it's not on the field, it's not in the weight room, it's not in the batting cage, where are you going to be?
Either at the coast or down at the ranch.
Hunting or fishing, which one do you do first if you have either at the choice?
Probably fishing, just because I don't get to do as much of it anymore. But
did you get that on spring break? Did you end up getting to go down?
A little bit. The fishing was pretty rough, but
okay.
Did the best I could.
Hey, it's all you can ask for. 5 rapid-fire questions. I'll start with the favorite one. Favorite cereal?
Probably Cocoa Pebbles.
It's a good one. Texting or talking? Or neither?
Neither. I don't like either one.
Don't call my phone. Do you have a phone?
I do.
Is it mainly for mom and dad?
No. I wouldn't say that.
Nickname your parents used to call you or still call you?
My dad used to call me Rascal.
Rascal? That's good. We're going to have a visit about the Rascal story. Favorite season?
Definitely.
And it's not hunting. It's either fall, spring, winter.
Spring.
If you're hunting any time of the year, what's your favorite hunting season?
Probably just the fall.
Hunting or fishing? You already said it.
Yeah.
Like to be fishing because you don't get to do it as much. It's number 12, your senior, David Fluitt. Before I let you go, any shout-outs?
Shout out Connor Young, Holly, Richie, Chance. Pretty much all the guys. That's all I got.
It's David Fluitt, one of your seniors here on the Georgetown Eagle varsity team. We'll take a quick time out. We come back. We'll get one of the 16 Mile Angels to come up and talk about the casino night on Saturday night. Someone pick it out. You're coming up next here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Vámonos, ándale. No, just don't say the F word. You're fine.
I would never.
That's the rule to all the players. Just don't say that. All right, we're live back here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. One of the many 16-mile Angel. I saw him at a huddle last week over here at the side table. So you have to introduce yourself. Last week we had Ms. Howe get up. So you have to introduce yourself.
Well, I probably won't do as good a job as Miss Howell did, but I'm a freshman mom.
Okay.
And I volunteered to help with 16 Mile Angels, and it's been really neat to learn about the program overall and what 16 Mile Angels is in charge of for the season.
And your kid. Who is your son?
Oh, Merritt McLean.
Merritt. So
Yes.
y'all just made her.
Number
Hey,
3.
you're here tonight. Come up. You can
Yeah,
talk.
number 3.
60-mile Angels continue to do great things to support this the Booster Club, to support this baseball program, and as you get involved, one of the big nights is one of the big things we learned last week, and I can't be stated enough, is the lights in the scoreboard. That kind of dedication, and just continues to make the facilities and everything at Georgetown better and better, and so those are things that people don't even think about. And then you get out the next season and realize these lights are amazing. And then they helped on the back in the championship rings in 22 with the players. And it just things like that people don't think about, people don't recognize or realize that are being done behind the scenes. And so, but one of those is the big casino night coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, so being a freshman mom, a freshman parent, we didn't really know much about casino night until we had friends, sophomores, that told us about it, and I couldn't wait. Now, but a lot of the freshman parents really don't know what to expect, and we're hoping that we get some more tickets sold in the next 24 hours. But it is going to be a great night. It's for a good cause, and we just would love to have a good turnout.
It's Saturday night,
Saturday
6
night.
p.m. to 10 p.m. at
Berry Creek.
Berry Creek Country Club.
Yep.
A new venue for this is, I think it's new this year. Last time, second year?
Second year.
Before it was over at Reunion Ranch. And so out of Berry Creek, one of the big things is where can people go to buy the tickets?
So we've got a Facebook page, and then also we've been advertising it at the games. There's a QR code with a quick link to the tickets, and it's pretty easy to buy them. So, and also there's really great chances for, bidding on baskets. Like the freshmen, the JV, and the varsity were all in charge of putting together baskets with items, and then those will be up for auction. And then we also have some silent auction items, some really, really nice things that people can bid on.
And it's a great time to come out and enjoy. It's a night away just to go and enjoy a fun atmosphere, to be around other parents, to support this program and these kids and all the effort that they put in. And so on the Facebook page, 16 Mile Angels is the name of the Facebook page. You could go on there and click the link at the game tomorrow night or Saturday for the freshman varsity and JV games. There will be flyers at the concession stand and at the gate when you enter with a QR code that you can click on and go, I will take this home tonight, and put the QR code into the link so you can go on. It'll be on Coach Vieira's Twitter page, on his social media. We'll get it on the try to get it on the Booster Club. No, not on the Booster Club. It's separate. I apologize. I will put it on mine because I don't care. And so I'll put it on my Twitter account, and then I'll try to put a link on the game link tomorrow night that people will see on the YouTube page, and then on Saturday as well. And we'll bring it up during the breaks between innings. We'll have the QR code there that people can scan as well.
And we have a special surprise guest that's going to be a real treat. So you don't want to miss it.
So there it is, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday night at Berry Creek. Thank you so much for coming to join us, Coach V. You're going to come up here and finish this out? He's busy talking, so. But thank you to Ms. McLean for coming up and sharing that with us. 16 Mile Angels and the casino night on Saturday night. 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Plenty of time since it is a home game at Georgetown on Saturday. 10:15, 9 o'clock the Challenger game. 10:15 the freshman varsity to follow after, and then the JV. So an opportunity to come out and enjoy. The beautiful thing about it is you can sit at Georgetown baseball field and be in the shade most of the day. It's one of the few venues that is protected by from the elements, and just an opportunity to sit and enjoy. And the concessions will be running and up and running. And so we'll have the varsity game on the broadcast at 1 o'clock. But come fill up the stands and support these kids as they continue to work day in and day out. But, Coach, it's funny. Things continue to change on your schedule, but go back over what Saturday and the changes that are led here with the umpiring. Basketball ran into this a couple of years ago after COVID and had to change schedules for girls and guys basketball, and now in baseball. You got a lot of teams starting to do what you've done for years, and that's add those Saturday games. And this, in our district alone, 5 teams have Saturday games.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those things where people start to recognize that it's important that you start getting used to playing 3 games a week headed into the playoffs. And you got to continue to extend that pitching staff and figuring out who your third game starter is, who your back end guys are, how do you go about winning 3 games in a week, or winning 2 out of 3 games in a week. Because ultimately, if you want to make it to the diamond, you're going to play a 3-game set at some point. And so it's really encouraging to see that local guys are wanting to continue to pick up those games. The other side is when the vast majority of the state of Texas loses their first week tournament due to the weather that we had across the state. Unless you were down in Laredo or out in El Paso, your first week tournament got banged. So a lot of guys are picking up more games a little bit later throughout of it. So it's a blessing to be able to have plenty of teams in the area that want to continue to play. And it's a curse because then you run into a situation like this weekend where we're scrambling to find umpires. But, I'm thankful that we have a local chapter with our umpires that are willing to send a couple guys to call 3 games in a day because there's a lot of guys that wouldn't be willing to do that. But I do want to segue off of my own for a second, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
So I wanted to call attention that there is a family that is here this evening that is the Stone family that is sitting back there. We are in the presence of Georgetown royalty at the moment, where you have Tyler Stone, the oldest brother, who was on the first team that ever went to the state regional finals in 2007. You have Brad Stone, who is in the record book with assists, with 79 assists in a season. That also took place at that. Then you have Jason Stone, who's in our record book as a Georgetown Eagle in the home run category with 5 Jimmies in a year, and also in the RBI category with 34 in a year. So we have a family that's back there that's been a huge part of the Georgetown Eagle baseball family and has done a ton of things to continue that with Shelly and Scott Stone, who served on our Boost Club for a very long time and took care of us and made sure that this program was put on a great place and set the trajectory for what this program is and where we are now. So I just wanted to give them a shout-out. They've been a huge piece and a cornerstone of what this program's been about for a long time. And Brad and Jason are back local in the area, and Tyler's off doing big things up in Aledo and doing his thing up there. So just wanted to say thank you to the Stone family for everything that you guys have done to make Georgetown baseball what it is. We love you and we appreciate you. And wanted to call attention to what that is. One of the things we talk about with our program a lot is the tradition of what the G means, what it is. We've talked about it with our guys. We talk about it on a regular basis of, the G is more about the guys that came before you, the guys that are going to continue to come behind you, and what kind of legacy do you want to leave, because the guys that came before you left a very long-standing legacy of excellence and what that means. So to have a family like that's bled into this program and has taken care of this program for a very long time is pretty special.
It was cool tonight and to tie in that kind of legacy with Gavin Smith and Logan Smith, one of the seniors on your state title team in 22, and just see the history of that, and that Gavin's parents both went to school here, and just how that legacy of Georgetown, the people tend to stay and stay in the area and stay in the schools and enjoy it. I got here as soon as I could get my kids out of the house to enjoy it and get to call it. And so first time, I have to give it to you, Stone Brothers. It's the first time I've seen Jordan actually have a tear in his eye talking about somebody, so it was kind of neat to see his emotions get to him. How big the last thing I guess to talk about that I want to talk about with you, in the preseason, non-district, in the tournaments, you like to schedule tough tournament teams, tough schools. We played against number 3 Prosper at the time, number 11, I believe it was Rockwall, number 14 Rockwall Heath, top teams in the state. How big is it next week for this team to go face off against the top team in Dripping Springs, against Cedar Ridge, against Lake Travis in an off week where some schools might go play? I'm not going to say it's bad. They got games in, but they went and played Jarrell or Salado or smaller classifications. Georgetown seems to pride themselves in going up and playing tough competition. How does that help this team next week in the bye week to be playing that kind of competition?
You know, I mean, you witnessed it a couple of years now. If we want to go and accomplish the ultimate goal of making the 16-mile trip to Dell Diamond, and to be able to win that last game of the year and to be able to accomplish that feat, it takes being able to understand that you can compete with and against and beat the best around. And I think that for us, it's if we want to figure out what that looks like, we got to go play the best. We got to go figure out what it's like to be on a field with a very well coached team, with a very talented team, and then hopefully we get that magic concoction of a really talented, well coached team. We can go figure out what it looks like. You know, I think our guys do a couple of things with that. I think that when you get punched in the face by one of those teams, and you recognize that, wow, that guy they can really fight. It's an opportunity to take a step back and go, okay, what did we learn from that situation? Or it's an opportunity where you go, hey, that's one of the top-ranked teams in the state, and we just punched them in the mouth, and we knocked them down, and we did what we wanted to. And then you're able to walk back into the clubhouse at the end of the night and go, hey, we just went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the state of Texas, and we held our own. And not only did we hold our own, but we were able to punch them in the mouth and finish the thing the way that we wanted to. And so I think it does two things. I think, one, it invokes that confidence of the guys start getting together in the clubhouse and recognizing, hey, we're pretty daggum good ourselves. And then, two, it's the thought of picking up from what others do well, right? We talk about with our guys throughout the entire fall and leading into the spring that success leaves clues. So if you want to be successful, do what other teams are doing that's successful. Do what other guys are doing that are having success and pick up on those things and follow what those guys do. You know, I don't think there's any successful person that's out there that went into it with a blank slate and just figured it out on their own. They had leaders and they had mentors in front of them that showed them what that looks like. And I think that when you go against top brand competition and you go against the teams that are incredibly successful, you have the opportunity to be able to learn those things from them, whether that be expensive experience from recognizing that you screw something up and you had to learn the lesson the hard way, or that be inexpensive experience that you learn from like Big Brother making a mistake and you choose to not make that same mistake. So I think it's a really good thing to go be battle tested against really good teams.
Georgetown plays tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at home at Eagle Field against the Weiss Wolves. Come out and enjoy an opportunity to celebrate and recognize faculty at Georgetown tomorrow night. That'll start at 6:30. Come join us. We'll be live about 6:15, 6:20, and then bring you the faculty night recognition and the ball game live here on the SHN Sports Network. But come and support these kids and all the work that they do in the stands on a Good Friday night. It'll be a beautiful night for baseball. And then turn around on Saturday, fill your calendar up with more Eagle baseball and an opportunity to support all facets of Eagle baseball, from the Challenger game to the freshman to the varsity to the JV and then to the 16-mile Angels and poker night, that all continue to just do more and more for Georgetown baseball. A shout-out and a thank you to Merritt McLean, to Gavin Smith, to Connor Young, and to David Fluitt for being here tonight and joining us live here on the Coaches Show. Enjoy every week getting to recognize these young men and all the work that they put in to this program. For Coach V, I'm Wally Harmon. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you to Camp Briteside for your hosting us and letting us bring you the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. To our wonderful waitress tonight who took care of everybody, thank you so much, and we appreciate it. Next Wednesday, a special guest. Don't miss it. Coach V, we kicked him out. Well, mainly because Coach Griffin told him he couldn't be here. But we'll have Coach Chad Payne join us as the coach. And so we will have it on Wednesday night. Next week's schedule is different, so make sure you watch all the social media. It'll be Tuesday night game at Dripping Springs, Wednesday night live here at Camp Briteside, Thursday night at home against Cedar Ridge, and then Saturday on the road about 1-ish at Lake Travis to end the week of baseball next week. And so thanks for joining us live here tonight. For all the parents and family and friends being here, thank you so much. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow night live at Eagle Field for Eagle Baseball. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Your wife used that line too. Have a good night, everybody.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.